Hey guys, I hope everyone's having an awesome Tuesday so far. I've been running around all day long, so this is the first chance that I've had to think about what I'm gonna do for dinner. Dan's actually working a little bit of side work and going to do a quote for a job when he gets out of work. So I'm trying to kind of cut out some steps for myself later. I have to go pick Lincoln up from school at 5, so I'm basically just getting a head start on my dinner. We're gonna have steak tonight. I usually do like a garlic steak, so I'll top it with fresh chopped garlic when it's all done. All right, I have a big piece of sirloin here. I got this from Aldi, and it's just one nice big piece. What's wrong, Levi? Levi, you're all right. You don't need a lollipop, you gotta eat lunch. And then this seasoning we also got from Aldi. This is the Bold Steak and Chop Rub. It's really good. It's nothing fancy. It's pretty much like salt and pepper and garlic powder, so I love this. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce too. When I do steak for the evening, I usually try to season it and marinate it with the Worcestershire sauce in like just a little Ziploc bag. So I'm gonna do that now, and then it'll be ready to fry up later. Okay, my steak is all ready and marinating. I'm going to put this into the refrigerator, and I will take it out of the fridge about 30 minutes before I'm ready to cook it. Give it a little bit of time to get room temperature. Hey guys, hope everyone's having a great evening and you're enjoying the kids back to school week. I wanted to show you what we're gonna do for dinner. We kind of got adventurous with dinner this evening because I've been dying to make a couple of different things, so I'm just gonna kind of throw them all into one dinner. We're gonna do steak. You saw that I marinated a big beautiful piece of sirloin, and then I'm going to do my cheesy cauliflower bake, and I am also going to do some keto coconut shrimp. I've been wanting to do these for weeks, and I finally remembered when we were at the grocery store that I wanted to throw some shrimp in. So it's gonna be like a surf and turf, but keto style. Let me show you what you need to make the cheesy cauliflower bake. This is one of our favorite side dishes because it works with so many things. You will need 2 bags of riced cauliflower, cooked. You will need salt and pepper and whatever other seasonings you like. We do onion powder and seasoned salt. Some sour cream, about a 1/4 cup. Half a block of cream cheese. And then half a cup of shredded cheddar. Let me show you how to make it. Okay, your first step is to cook your riced cauliflower. The one that I got, I thought it was steam in a bag, but it's actually the kind that you cook on the stovetop. So I'm gonna cook both bags on the stovetop per the package instructions, and then I will show you how to throw this together. Okay, so I cooked the cauliflower to the package directions, and you want to cook it really well, okay? So if it says to cook it for 5 minutes, cook it for like 6. It needs to be nice and soft for this to have the right texture. So you see it's nice and steamy. So right into the pan, I will do salt and pepper, a little bit of onion powder. When it comes to seasoning, just do it to your own personal taste preference. We like things pretty seasoned. Then a little smidge of seasoned salt. Then I will add a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Half a block of cream cheese diced into cubes. It'll melt a lot better that way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up. Get it into a buttered 8x8 baking dish and top it with the cheddar cheese. Okay, once you get that all mixed up and it's all nice and incorporated, you are going to put it into a buttered 8x8 baking dish. And then you're gonna top it with the leftover cheddar cheese. It will go into a preheated oven set at 350 degrees. And when it comes out, it'll basically have like a kind of like a hash brown casserole texture. It's gonna be delicious with the steak. Okay, this is what it should look like. Gonna throw it in the oven and we will see this nice and bubbly in 20 minutes. Okay, it's done. This is what it should look like when it comes out of the oven. Now I'm gonna cover this with foil and put it off to the side and get started on the coconut shrimp. Okay, now would also be a good time to go ahead and pull the steak out of the fridge. I'm gonna let it sit on the counter for about 30 minutes before I cook it so it can get nice and room temperature. That helps it stay super, super tender. That's actually a Bobby Flay tip, I think. So for coconut shrimp, let me show you what you're gonna need to make it. I'm so excited about these. I've really been trying to get this recipe done for such a long time, so I hope they're delicious. Let's take a peek at what you need. A pound of shrimp, peeled and deveined. That's the worst part about this. Like, I love shrimp, but I hate peeling it. You will also need a little bit of swerve, some baking powder, coconut flour, 2 eggs, and then unsweetened coconut flake. Okay, into a 1/2 cup of coconut flour, we are going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. That's gonna help it crisp up a little bit.
Tell Mommy what you want to do.
Bye, Mommy.
Oh, good night, Lincoln. Hold on, this will be cute. You going to bed?
Good bed.
Oh, good night, Lincoln. I love you.
Mama.
Oh, you want Mama? Okay, Mama, take you.
Say goodnight to the people, Lincoln.
Good night to the bigger Lincoln.
She'll be back.
Is he not just the cutest ever? I know I'm biased, but he's really damn cute. Back to the shrimp. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of swerve. You could skip this step if you wanted to. Like, if you were going to make a dipping sauce of some sorts, you don't have to add the little bit of sweetener, but I want them to be sweet enough by themselves that I don't need a dipping sauce. So go ahead and stir that together. Okay, so I've got the coconut flour mixture all mixed up. I went ahead and I scrambled up the egg, so it's like an egg wash. And then I have a bowl of the shredded unsweetened coconut. I would say it's about a cup, give or take. I just kind of filled a shallow bowl. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of an assembly line. I'm gonna go into the coconut flour mixture, shake it off, then into the egg wash, and then into the coconut flour. And I'm gonna put it on a baking sheet that I lined with parchment paper, and they are going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 10 to 14 minutes. I'm not totally sure on the cooking time, but I'll update you when they are ready. Okay, so I like to leave the tails on. I feel like it helps them hold up a little bit better. So we're gonna go ahead and toss a couple into the coconut flour mixture. Then into the egg. Make sure you get it pretty good. And then into the unsweetened coconut. Then it's gonna go right on to the parchment paper.
Check that out, guys.
I love coconut shrimp. Like, that's one of my most favorite things to order, and we live in Florida, so shrimp is everywhere, seafood is everywhere. We're kind of picky and snobby about seafood, but I really will take coconut shrimp any way that I can get them, even like frozen. They usually use real breadcrumbs, like a panko breadcrumb, to do coconut shrimp, but the coconut flour is gonna work really great. It's got a really similar texture to a breadcrumb. And I've actually been saying that I've been wanting to use coconut flour a little bit more. I buy it all the time, but we don't use it anywhere near as much as we should. So, coconut shrimp, coconut flour.
Yeah.
Really? That's all you have to add to this? Dan's tired, you guys.
I'm also ready for some coconut shrimp.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna get these all breaded, and like I said, 400-degree oven for probably somewhere between 12 to 15 minutes. I'm just gonna have to watch them, and then I will cook the steak.
Sweet.
Okay. This took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I thought this was going to be super quick, but they look magical. There were a lot more shrimp than I anticipated on, so I actually ended up having to use a little bit more egg and a little bit more coconut. than I originally thought, but you may not have to. It was a pretty heavy pound. So I am about to put these in a 400-degree oven, and I'm gonna check them around 12 minutes. Okay, so I was gonna throw steak on the grill. Well, I was gonna have Dan throw steak on the grill, but it's fucking pouring. I dropped an F-bomb. Am I allowed to drop an F-bomb? Well, there it is.
Someone might ping you.
There it is. So I actually busted out our really crappy kitchen top griddle. The one that, if you remember, I have put it in the oven and baked it, so it makes weird noises.
I put it in the oven. It was my fault.
It's really,
It was all my fault.
It's really a subpar piece of kitchen equipment, but I'm gonna cook a steak on
It's
it.
not subpar. It gets hot and it works. It just makes noise and it's missing some things.
It buzzes.
It buzzes.
It's like loud.
You might be able to hear it.
You might be able to. Okay, you want to see it? It's gonna sizzle. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna butter this really pathetic griddle. It's super, super hot. It stopped buzzing. We figured out that it stops buzzing once it's preheated, so maybe we're just stupid. So butter all over the pan. Cook your steak to how you like your steak done. I mean, a medium is like 6 to 7 minutes per side, so that's probably what I will cook this for. Put it down on the griddle and don't touch it. Leave it there for the 6 to 7, 8 minutes, whatever it is that you like your steak cooked, because it will get a nice char on it if you leave it. If you keep flipping steak, you're not gonna get that yummy, crusty outer edge. All right, so just leave it.
You told them not to touch the steak after you put it down. And you touched it. Sizzle.
Okay, so I just pulled them out after 12 minutes. I flipped them all, and I'm going to put them back in the oven for about 3 minutes, and then they're gonna be done. They look beautiful.
Look at that. Toasted coconut.
Okay. I actually just pulled them out of the oven, so I'm gonna taste one for you, Lauren. Lauren, I made shrimpies. I made shrimpies.
Just eat it.
Cheers.
Oh.
They are super good. I will say that I wish that I sweetened the coconut a little bit. Like, I wish that I would have thrown a little bit of maybe like butter and swerve in the coconut, but they're delicious and they're crispy as hell. That's a win.
The best.
It's a win. All right, guys, this is what it looks like. There's some garlic and butter on top of the steak because we extra, and the coconut shrimp, and the cheesy cauliflower bake. It's the perfect date night at home meal. I am pumped. Pumped. All right, here is our keto surf and turf. It looks absolutely delicious. I know the portion's a little big, but this has basically been my only meal today. I kind of had a snacky lunch that didn't really consist of much, so this will definitely work for me today, and I am going to enjoy every morsel. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.